Okay, I'm going to be doing a review video on Lusty Lavender from Splat. It's a hair dye, and I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but this is what it looks like in your hair. It kind of turned more pink towards the back because I had red in my hair and the bleach didn't work right. With the Lusty Lavender, if you get the complete kit, it has the color, bleach, and peroxide. You're supposed to mix the bleach and the peroxide, shake it up, then put it in your hair. It says to leave it in there for 10 minutes, and there's also a color guide. I left it downstairs for like how long you should keep it in there if, like, for what color hair you have. But basically, if you have colored hair, then you're going to want to put it in there for 10 minutes, then scrape some off of your hair to check. Now, I was really impatient when I did it, so I didn't really take the time. And this was just done last night, so I don't know what it looks like when you wash it or how long it's going to stay in, but it is semi-permanent. So, yeah, I'm not sure how long it's gonna stay, but basically my experience with it was really messy. It's not like the other hair dyes I've used. It's not what I'm used to. The bleach really sucked, but that's probably my fault because of how impatient I was with it. But it just lightened my red hair and turned it into like a pink color, and my roots were blonde. Some spots in my hair were white, and okay, you can't see it anymore, but I had a bleach burn on my finger because the bleach powder got on my skin, and then when I went to rinse it off, it left a bleach burn, so it was all white on my fingertip. But that should go away after a few minutes, so it's really important to wear gloves when you're bleaching it and when you're dyeing it. I had my sister help me with it, so I didn't exactly need gloves, but as you can see, this is what my hands look like. They kind of got some dye on it from while I was sleeping, and you know, just from touching it and handling the bottle. We rinsed out the bottle for the hair dye because I wanted to keep it to like make this video and all that. So like on the side it shows the bleach, the peroxide, and the hair dye. Also, it has instructions on the inside, which I left downstairs, I think. And, yeah. So, my sister kind of destroyed the box, but that doesn't matter. But, yeah, this is what it looks like. Hold on. As you can see, it kind of gave me highlights and lowlights, but that's probably because of the way my hair was before we put it in there. Mostly pink, but, you know, you can still tell it's purple, so I'm not really too upset with it, but all in all, it doesn't stain my pillows like the other stuff does. So I guess that's a good thing too. But I do not recommend going to bed with wet hair. I have a feeling that it would stain your pillows or whatever if your hair was still wet. Also, I've heard other people recommend to leave the dye in overnight, and I feel like that would just turn into a mess. But then again, this is just all my opinion, so yeah. I only left this in for like 30 minutes. Yeah, about 30 to 40 minutes, then we rinsed it. And you're supposed to rinse it until the water runs clear off of your hair. But my friend told me that it never actually runs clear. And she's a hairdresser, so I would trust her. It usually always runs like a really vivid, like diluted color of the dye. So if you want, you can rinse it until it runs clear, but I didn't rinse it that well. I just kind of rinsed until it was, mostly out, or like until it was just running pink. So after that, I had straightened my hair and it looked more pink, but then after I woke up this morning, after sleeping, it looked more purple. But yeah, that's basically my review on Splat. It did get on my face, and it's pretty much off now, but I don't know if you can see my scalp very well. But I dyed my scalp and my ears. It was just a mess. But besides that, I would highly suggest you have a friend help you dye your hair, because I've never done mine by myself, so I wouldn't know from experience, but I've heard from others' experience that it gets really messy. So yeah, definitely don't dye your hair alone. Also, I recommend Splat because, although it's kind of messed up, it's not the best my hair's ever been, because I've done my hair quite a few times, too many times to count, but this is my first time using Splat. Usually I use Manic Panic or Raw, which you can get at Hot Topic or whatever, but yeah. So that's basically it, but I do just want to say that this color isn't this. So, I don't know. Then again, you never really want to trust what the box looks like, because they probably bleached their hair a lot more. I highly suggest getting a different brand of bleach and just buying the dye single, and then just dyeing your hair after bleaching it with a different brand of bleach, because their bleach just was horrible. Some spots it didn't take at all, other spots it took a little too well, and it was just messy. So they have more colors than just this. They have Deep Emerald, Berry Blast, Purple Desire, Lusty Lavender, Blue Envy, Pink Fetish, Aqua Rush, Neon Green, Crimson Obsession, Luscious Raspberries. They have a multicolor box with like 3 different colors in it. They have the Lightning Bleach, and then they have Jet Black, which is all located on the back of this box. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say about this, but, well, it's not tested on animals, so that's another pro. It's also gluten-free. And down here, it promotes recycling. So yeah, there's some pros and cons to the dye. Well, not really the dye, but the brand, because the bleach is the only con that I can think of, really. So yeah, I highly suggest Splat.